Welcome to Koh Young here at SMT AI in Minneapolis. Delighted to be joined by Joel Scutchfield. Nice to see you again, Joel.
Nice to see you, Trevor. Nice to be back, and always a pleasure to talk with you.
Right, yeah. So you've got a lot of new changes that are taking place and are due to take place between now and Apex, which is coming up in a couple of months' time. So I want to start out by some of the software changes that are coming out, and so let's start with the new GUI interface you've got that's coming out for all of your machines.
Absolutely. So, yeah, we recognize that to really go forward faster and to grow and adapt our technology to other areas of the assembly line and maybe beyond the PCB assembly line, we needed to restructure the entire GUI interface for all machines,
right?
And do that in a way that we're coming up with a single format of GUI software that can be applied to SPI, AOI, DPI, et cetera, et cetera. So that will be released in its initial form, or I should say shown in its initial form at Apex. There's a little bit more work to do before we're going to be ready to roll that out to the market, but we anticipate certainly sometime in the latter part of 2023. But we will be showing it, and the advantage for that, for us and for our customers, is just a much cleaner and much more adaptable structure. So as we go forward, adding features, adding new capabilities, applying to new systems that we would potentially create becomes much more seamless, much cleaner, much easier.
Yeah.
The net result also from that would be, we would expect anyway, and certainly are expecting, is a much more bug-free environment, just a cleaner approach, something that allows us to then move data, move information much more quickly, much more seamlessly, which is what we're being pushed to do, obviously, right?
Yeah. Well, the challenge with software is always to make it easier. I mean, just make it more simple, so that operators can come along and they don't need. There's not a big learning process there.
More intuitive, less human intervention required, and all the rest.
Okay. So last night you were fortunate enough to win a Global Technology Award for one of your other pieces of software, which is the KPO Printer.
We were, yes.
So,
thank you.
Just for the benefit of our viewers, tell us a very, quick explanation of KPO Printer software and what it does and how it works.
Sure. So, as you know, this is something that we've been working on for a while now, and have actually released. From the standpoint of being able to fulfill the initial design requirements and specification of 2 of the 3 modules that make up KPO Printer. And KPO, K-Smart Process Optimizer, which we have for both the printer and the mounter. And we can talk a little bit about that as well.
Right.
Something we'll be showing at Apex.
Okay.
But for the printer, again, the initial advisor module and the diagnostics module, which are the first 2 increments, one being the automated design of experiments that we can perform using our proprietary AI engines to come up with the optimum settings for speed, pressure, and release of the printer. And then the diagnostics tool, monitoring diagnostics tool, where we're now monitoring trends in print quality to a much greater degree than just standard closed loop X shift, Y shift. We're looking for volumetric trends. So the final piece, which I think pushed us over the top for the award, is the AI engine that now uses that data to self-correct on the fly for speed, pressure, release, completely hands-off from an operator perspective.
Now, does that work across any combination, any printer, as long as it's working with your SPI system?
Yes. So, as you know, we've partnered with multiple usual suspects out there. So we're at various levels with those individuals in terms of the what we'll call the 2.0 release, which is the version that includes that full control capability, what we call POM, the optimizer.
Right.
So that basically completes the trifecta, if you will, of the various pieces. So yes, we're further along with some than others, but we are expecting to quickly have that full capability across the gambit
Across everybody.
of those
Great.
suppliers. Yeah.
Right. Now, the third element to your software upgrades, of course, is K-Smart itself. What can we expect to see from that?
So we expect to release the 2.3 version of K-Smart at Apex, and basically show how those enhancements can further assist in the overall line monitoring capability that K-Smart provides, and that's really what it's all about. It's real-time monitoring of your complete production process from an inspection results perspective through a central repository, so you can quickly apply changes that need to be made based on the information that you're providing.
Right.
So again, there's some additional features, additional capabilities as we move toward predictive maintenance, additional reporting, automated reporting.
Is it going to increase the capacity of machines that you can actually monitor?
It absolutely will, and that was another big initiative of the 2.3. Again, back to the respun data structure, if you will. With the current version, we're only able to connect 20 machines to that single server central repository.
Right.
So as we pull in SPI in conjunction with AOI, obviously now we're doubling the number of machines we have to be able to connect.
All right.
So now with this new structure, we're able to connect 40, 50, 60, 70 machines to that single central repository, AOI, SPI, and all the rest as we go forward. So
that's quite exciting.
you have to have it, right?
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
you know, for the system to work the way it's been designed, the way we want our customers to be able to take advantage of what we're providing, you know, there's still some big players out there. Right?
Well, I'm going to say, I mean, that's obviously going to
machines,
play
so.
well over in Asia, but I mean, even over here with the amount of manufacturing that's ramping up and coming back,
for sure,
it's not going to be. You're going to be having to service some of these.
We have current customers here with 20 plus systems under one roof that that are very anxious to see this new version, right? Because they want to connect their SPIs, right? They actually have more machines than that, but they're just kind of holding off. So, we feel that's going to be a nice meter mover for us as well.
Okay, so you know, talking about adding more machines to it, you know, there seems to be a new or a renewed focus on pre-reflow AOI. Now, we know that's the third place in the line that we should have inspection, but everybody seems to be, in recent years, have been shying away from it, saying, oh, we'll do post-reflow and we'll do SPI and that's us covered. Why are people now really starting to look hard at the pre-reflow?
So I think there's two reasons, Trevor. And both are a bit of just kind of the sign of the times, right? If you think about the fact that everybody's facing parts challenges, right? We have this supply chain situation going on that we'll hear bits and pieces about improving and then maybe not, and then improving some more and maybe not. So I don't see that evaporating anytime too soon. But what that's created is a situation where people are scrambling for parts, right? I've talked to people all week this week who say they've doubled, tripled, quadrupled their inventory, getting parts wherever they can, and unfortunately, you know, they're seeing things that they've never seen in the past with regards to mixed parts on reels. Now, the other phenomena that we're all facing is the labor shortage, right? And the ability to get good people, keep good people. So when you combine the mix of two, and we have now customers that are receiving potentially parts on reels that have mixed parts from very reliable suppliers that they've never had to worry about in the past, coupled with people in some cases that are very either new to the operation and just don't really understand the full realm of following all the sequence steps and basically overriding the fail safes, we have a huge opportunity now for bad, wrong, incorrect parts to get
Right.
through reflow, and at a huge expense for rework.
Right. So what you're saying is that, you know, putting a pre-reflow inspection machine in is the last opportunity to catch these defects before you bake them and then you're into money for rework.
Exactly.
Okay, so what about all these new component counters that have come out there in the marketplace and inspection systems? Is that not providing a layer of protection?
I think it does. But again, the implementation thereof is not widespread at this point. So.
Right.
This phenomena that I'm explaining with regards to, you know, getting mixed parts on reels comes directly from our customers telling us, you know, this is really happening right now, and, you know, basically saying I will not put in another SMT line without pre-reflow.
Right.
You know, the other piece to that is the whole smart factory initiative, right? So couple what I just described with the fact that now from a pre-reflow environment, I can feed back to the mounter for anomalies related to feeder, spindle, nozzle, and even positional XY shift, right? So kind of back to that self-healing concept. So much like, you know, what was accomplished with SPI, where now we can eliminate basically 70%, if you go with what the industry standard I think has been for many years now of the potential solder defects down line. With pre-reflow, we eliminate another high percentage of potential things for potential anomalies for wrong parts, wrong polarity, missing, etc. Prior to inspection post reflow. So we really minimize significantly the need for rework, the potential for rework, at a huge savings. I mean, I think that's really the next big thing for the industry. It's such low-hanging fruit, you know, to simply put in a pre-reflow AOI, and
it's going to be pretty easy to calculate the ROI on that. So,
you absolutely can, right? You take a look at what you're reworking, and I've put something together myself just to kind of get my head around it, and we've used that in several instances, and it's pretty close. Yeah.
Okay, great. So you've got a couple of other pieces of equipment now, hardware that you're going to have upgrades to at Apex. And the first one I want to talk about is the Meister. What are we expecting from that?
So this is a real near and dear to our heart application, and the reason being is the resurgence of semiconductor here in the Americas, the nearshoring, the reshoring, whatever you want to call it, for semiconductor, and specifically the advanced packaging piece, which if you believe the reports that are out there, are going to be a large part of that, right? So there's certainly fabs that are going up, but you know, a significant amount of the money that's been allocated through the CHIPS Act is really geared toward advanced packaging.
That's right.
Fan in, fan out, chip scale, system in package. And that's where
and some of that, a good part of that is going to go into OSATs that are going into Mexico.
Exactly. That's absolutely right, which I think initially people thought would never happen, but no, there's many reasons for that. Some of that's already there. Some of our large customers, the Intels, et cetera, are already talking about further expansion in that regard. So the Meister series plays into that application extremely well. And we see, again, that is a huge growth opportunity for us. So we'll be showing at Apex the new 25 megapixel, 3.5 micron system for those advanced packaging applications. And we, again, with the combination of the pre-reflow expansion, the expansion of our dispense process machine for conformal coating, underfill, which we've had a lot of success with over the past year, and we'll be showing updates that we've been able to make based on what we've learned in the last year through those installations. Combine that with the advanced packaging initiative, and we see that as our real growth opportunity,
Right.
for the coming years.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're excited about all of the above.
It's a lot of development that's coming out at one time. So
It is.
we're going to look forward to seeing that at Apex in a couple of months' time.
Be
Joel?
here before we know it, won't it?
I know, absolutely.
We're in mass planning right now, and I wake up in the middle of the night. Okay, do we have everything covered?
Yeah, I know. That's
But,
great. That's great. But anyway, no, thanks for giving us a heads up on it. But I really look forward to seeing a lot more, when we get to Apex in January.
We will look forward to showing it to you and to your viewers, and we'll look forward to talking again then. We're very excited about it. Yeah.
Great. All right. Well, thanks for joining us today, Joel.
As always.
Or inviting me onto your booth, should I say?
You are welcome anytime, and it's my pleasure. I really appreciate the opportunity to tell you and your viewers, your listeners,
Yep.
what we're up to.